full funding, partial funding, and no funding at all. I was so lucky enough that my uncle's picture was listed as part of the directors of this company. She just turned the screen to me, was like, "Are you talking about this man?" I was like, "Yes, that is my uncle." They are going to ask you that, how do you plan to pay back this loan? Don't say that you're going to work after school in America to pay this back. Do you understand? That is first offense. Total denial. You're going to get it, bam, in your face. Don't expect the viewer to believe that your dad is going to settle everything, like stop his life and just use this monthly money to be paying for everything, right? So mention an amount that is quite significant.
The two bags I brought.
No, it's true. It's true.
What's up, my YouTube family? Many thanks for joining me in this video. I want to believe that your study abroad journey is going beautiful, right? It is going well. No matter how it is right now, please do me a favor, right? Put it as a comment under this video, because I really want to know how this process is going with all of you, particularly if you happen to be a prospective student. I really want to know how everything is going with you, so that when I have the time, I have the chance, I'll just come in there, read through it, and then see how best I could be of help to you. So once again, many thanks for joining me. So this video is going to be a follow-up video to the video that I just released, happened to do with who will be paying for your trip, or which entity is going to be paying for your trip. So this video is going to be a follow-up video to that, because I've received a couple of questions from you guys asking that, okay, McRay, how do I answer these questions convincingly, right? At the visa interview section, how do I answer this question so that the viewer wouldn't be having doubts or having more questions for me, right? And so I just want to talk about that briefly. And this is also probably going to be in the 3 parts again: full funding, partial funding, and no funding at all, right? So that is how it's going to be like in this video. I'm going to let you know about how to answer some of these questions, but I'm not saying that you should copy whatever that I'm going to say in this video and go just and say it like that, right? I want to mention some critical things that should be in your answer, right? Okay, so part 1, for the people who are receiving full funding, this is how you should go about answering this question. My university, or maybe in your case, you can just mention the name of the university, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to state the university as, let's say, ABC University, right? So ABC University is fully funding my education through a scholarship or a grant or an assistantship. You make sure that you mention this in your answer, right? Then you continue to say that this covers my tuition, it covers my living expenses, it covers my health insurance, and I'll be receiving some stipend also. Then you continue also to say that I have the supporting document, which includes the contract detail or the I-20, which clearly states the funding details, along with an official letter from my university which confirms the award or the assistantship or the grant or the scholarship. Do you get that? This is how you should be looking at it. Probably you're also going to receive a follow-up question from the viewer that, how did you qualify for this funding, for this grant, for this scholarship, or for this assistantship? How did you qualify for it? So in this case, you have the opportunity to talk about how you qualified for it. Maybe you did a research, you presented this to the committee, and then they fell in love with it and they loved it and they asked you to come join the research team, right? Or maybe you just applied for it and you had an interview and then you qualify for it. Like they mentioned that, hey, we're going to give you the job, right? So whatever you did having to do with you receiving this scholarship, this funding, you just talk about it. It's as simple as that. Don't say anything, baby. No. All right. Now, part 2. This is for the people who received partial funding. Pay attention. Many of you are receiving graduate assistantship positions, but it does not cover 100% tuition. Right? This is how you should go about your answers, right? Okay, ABC University is providing partial funding through scholarship, a grant, or an assistantship. This covers 60%, 30%, 50% of my tuition. You get what I'm trying to say? You mentioned that clearly. And then if it is you or your family member who is going to cover the deficit of this whole cost, then you mention it also, right? So let me say, or let me assume it is you, right? So you got to say that I will cover the remaining expenses through personal savings, and I have the supporting document which includes my bank statement to support this, right? But if it is your family, or maybe your uncle, your dad, your mom, you also mention that your uncle or your auntie or your dad or your mom will be helping you to cover up for the deficit. Then you get to add the kind of work. The VO may ask you as a follow-up question, but you could also just add it, right? Like if it is your dad, or maybe my dad runs this business or works at this place, probably he has this other property here, and at the end of every month he's able to get a net income of about $15,000, right? Or maybe $20,000, or maybe $10,000, right? At every month. Don't go there mentioning a small amount. For example, you're mentioning that, oh, my dad works at this company and that every month he earns about $500, $800. If you bring that to the US, do you know how much that is? So mention a significant amount that is convincing. Do you understand? And then again, you have your bank statement from this family member to prove or to support your argument. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Now, this is the third part. The people who are receiving no funding at all, which means that it is probably you yourself, you're funding this, right? Or maybe a family member is funding 100% for you. In my case, it was my family member who funded everything 100% because I had no personal savings, like nothing. I wasn't able to save any amount like that, like dollars. I mean, so this is how my situation was, right? That is how it was. And so this is how you get to answer this question, right? My father, my mother, or my uncle, or my auntie is fully sponsoring my education. They have been financially preparing for my studies, and their bank statement shows that they have sufficient funds to cover my expenses. I also have an affidavit of support and proof of their financial standing. If you would want to see this, do you understand? Then you show this to, or maybe you just say, and here they are. You give the supporting documents to the VO. Sometimes they may ask you, how sure are you that this uncle of yours or this auntie of yours is going to support you? Over here, you can talk about how he or she has been financially responsible for your education, right? Maybe through primary education, high school education, or secondary education, or maybe even your undergrad education. Maybe because you worked with him or you worked for him, and then he has been financially responsible for your education. So this is just you talking about his track record or her track record when it comes to paying for your education, so that it wouldn't seem to the viewer that this is going to be the very first time that he or she is going to pay for your education. You can also add that they work at this place and they make this amount of money, right? During my time, my interview, they actually asked what my uncle does. You know, for some weird reasons, this woman went on the computer and checked for the website of this organization. I was so lucky enough that my uncle's picture was listed as part of the directors of this company. And You know what she did? She just turned the screen to me, was like, "Are you talking about this man?" I was like, "Yes, that is my uncle." And was like, "Oh, okay." I was so much surprised that that happened. So make sure that whatever you are gathering, whatever detail or information you're trying to gather, make sure that it is proven, it is tested. Do you understand? Because anything can happen with you over there. You see that I had an interview with one of the guys who just got his visa approved. He said that he saw the VO checking his LinkedIn profile. I don't know why that happened, but everything can happen. So make sure that whatever you're trying to gather and present to this VO, everything is on point. You get that? So sometimes you can mention about how many years your uncle or your auntie or your mom has been doing this kind of job, what kind of properties he has, the locations, right? You can mention all that, and then the amount of money he's able to make at every month. Make sure that once again, this amount of money, it is significant. Don't go and mention $500. Okay. Then again, if you are receiving loan to fully fund your education, please, they are going to ask you that, how do you plan to pay back this loan, right? How do you plan to pay back this loan? Make sure that you have a process in mind. Don't say that you're going to work after school in America to pay this back. Do you understand? That is first offense. Total denial. You're going to get it, bam, in your face. Or don't also say that your dad, who works in Ghana and probably earns about $800 or $900, is going to be helping you pay the loan. Do you know how much that is again in the US? And you're not even thinking about the interest of the loan. So have a very good story. So your story could be like, maybe you received 30,000 or 40,000, right, of 40,000 US dollars of support from maybe Empower or any of the loan companies, right? You can say that, well, whilst I'm in school, my dad will be helping me to pay the interest. Do you understand? Probably maybe the interest is just about $200 or $300. So your dad will be helping you to pay this off. Do you understand? And have a proving, like, have a document, have a bank statement to prove this, right? Or you can say that your dad will be supporting you in paying this, and your dad once again works at these companies, and then he makes this amount. Once again, let amount be huge. It should be huge. You know what I'm saying? It should be huge. Don't mention $1,000, right? $1,000 right now in Ghana is even about how much? Or maybe in Nigeria, or maybe any of the currencies from East Africa. I mean, how much is that? And right now, maybe you are not the only son or you're not the only daughter. Your dad has to take care of the wife. That is your mom, right? And then the expenses that he also needs to do, right? And then taking care of some other people also. Like, you don't expect the viewer to believe that your dad is going to settle everything, like stop his life and just use this monthly money to be paying for everything, right? So mention an amount that is quite significant, so that when a viewer hears it, it'll be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So you can mention that whilst you're in school, your dad will be helping you to pay this off. And then for you, you've also made some personal savings, which is going to help you. And so you are likely not to use all the money that Empower has given you. Do you understand? Which means that you'll be receiving some money, and so you're likely not to use all of this money that they gave you. All right, so form your answer around this stuff and make sure that you know about the interest rate clearly, so that when you get in there, you can get into the technicalities, so that the viewer can see that, oh, this guy know the thing, like he understands what he's shooting for. Do you get it? So that is how it should be. Like, those of you who are also going for a total sponsorship from your company, they're going to ask you, why is this company trying to sponsor you? Okay, so in your case, you can say that I've worked with this company for this number of years, maybe about 5 or 10 years, and then the company is expected to expand in about maybe 1 to 2 years. And so I spoke with my director about the position, and then we got to realize that with that position, it needed this degree to get into that position. So I spoke to him if the company will be able to fund my education for me. He said yes. And that is how come I was able to do that. And during my time with him also, we worked on a couple of projects with this international company or with these other companies. We did this 1 or 2 projects, and then all of them have been so successful. And so the company maybe considers me as an asset. Probably that's why they're doing that for you. All right. So form your answer around some of these things so that when you get them and you see some of them, it will be convincing to the video. Okay. So this is just like a guideline to most of you, right? So work with this, and I want to believe that when you get there, God will help you out. Okay, many thanks for watching. My name is McRay Sogah. If this is your first time watching me here, I want to say thank you. Hit that subscribe button so that when I post more videos, you'll be notified about this. Let me know how your processes are going in the comment section, and I will try to be of help to all of you. Many thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.